Hello and welcome to Mechwarrior Online. Today I want to talk about the three types of players they are, and it's funny that they all start with F. There are three kinds of players that play Mechwarrior. The first one is because it's free. The game is free for the most part. You can get into this game and you can actually play this game without ever putting a penny down into the game, which makes it kind of fun. In the fact that you get to skill up as you go and eventually start purchasing mechs and then move on from there. And then you can start doing other things with the game, like getting really cool paint jobs and figuring out what your niche weapon system is. And when you get through that system, you really get a good sense of the game. So it's really good to be free. The next one is people like me, because it's fun. For me, I'm a builder. I do carpentry, I do fabrication, which is different than carpentry, trust me. And I'm a tech-savvy kind of guy. Not just like, I'm not computer-savvy, but, in my past lives, I've been directors of tech support for multiple companies, Bluetooth companies, electrical companies, things like that. Because I have a good analytical sense about things. But I love building things. That's my thing. And so with the fun players, it's not just playing the game and getting into matches and having fun. It's, for the fun part of it is trying out new builds, coming up with new ideas that nobody's ever done before. And figuring out if those work or not, things that would work really well. As an example, if you put, this has 4 missile points on this, and you put 4 ATM-3s on here, that would probably not be very much fun. It would stay incredibly cool, but it probably wouldn't be very much fun. What would really be fun is to go into a match with 4 narcs and 3 tags, because that's what you could do with this. And you wouldn't necessarily do any damage, but you'd probably get some pretty good points for helping people get damage. But that wouldn't be necessarily what you'd want to do because it wouldn't be as much fun. So those are the 2 first ones, and there's nothing wrong with either one. The problem that I have with the free one is because it's free, there's no built value. And because it's free, it allows anybody to play regardless of their play style. Some people go into the match and they don't want to do any support with the other team, and that's where it becomes a problem. The last one is fanatic. I am also a fanatic. I don't play solitaire. I don't play Call of Duty. I am certainly not going to play any of those types of games like that, like I can't even think of what they're called, but I definitely don't like any of the games that are like really goofy and weird and stuff. So there's other mech games where like they have like massive explosions and crazy stuff. I like the more realistic sort of things, and this is not exactly what I would refer to as realistic, but look at the scale of this thing. I'm coming up to this thing here, and I'm not even as tall as the ankle joint. And I come walking way back here. I'm fanatical. I love this game. I've been playing this game since it came out, right after the beta. I think it's in 2013. And I have 3 accounts, and I have them for different reasons, but mainly because I just wanted to have multiple mechs and, from different systems, and it's great for when they have the beach parties and stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I know a lot of players that have multiple accounts. Beef has like 4 or 5 accounts that I can think of. I can't remember all of them, but I know he's got one called Piss Bucket 2, and then Piss Bucket 007, I think. That's 3 right there. 4 if you count the beef. And then he's got a few other ones as well. He just likes to go in and try different things. And it's also great that people don't recognize your name, because then that means they're not going to put you on a shirt as often. That's another problem with fanatical players. Fanatical players get recognized quite often, and targeted because of that. So as an example, Drunken Fraggle, he gets targeted quite a bit because he plays quite a bit. Not to mention, a pink dire whale is going to show up on the battlefield pretty visibly. And he's also got a pink warhawk, and I think it's a he. Could be a she or an it or a person. I don't know. But I just assume it's a he. And which is, assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. And with fanatical players, they love to play. And one of the things we love as fanatical players is we love when people communicate in the matches and are serious about the gameplay. And we get bent out of shape sometimes when they're not serious about the gameplay. And because of that, it makes it hard to have really good matches when you have free players that don't care. And a lot of things I've noticed with some of the free players and sometimes with the fanatical players is that they don't like to share their armor. They're not team players sometimes. Some players like to wait until the end of the match and then start putting in the damage, and then later on they brag about that they got 6 kills, when in reality all they did is put the icing on the top of the cake. So, it is kind of counterproductive to having a good matches with other people, but it's what it is. So you have your free, your fun, and your fanatical people. And I'm someplace between the fun and the fanatical. Even though I have a channel, I'm more devoted towards having really good matches. And for me, this is like therapy. I've said that before. I'll say it again. This is a great form of therapy for me. It helps me relax, unwind, and get through the stresses. Also, it allows me to interact with my creative side of the brain. I'm not as physically active as I used to be, so I'm not going to be climbing mountains and building big sound systems in my car anymore. I have the sound system that I like, and I'm going to keep with it. So anyway, those are the different types of players, and I'm sure you fall into one of those groups. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the match plays and continue to enjoy my videos. If you have any requests or suggestions, I'm always open, and I love doing builds for other people. Anyway, hope to see you in the matches.